My name is Paul Brainard. I've been playing music since I was a kid. Started around 6 years old, taking piano lessons, and progressed through grade school and high school, learning new instruments along the way, and eventually went on to music school, grad school, and studied composition there at the New England Conservatory. And while I was there, I discovered the steel guitar, and then that took over the rest of my life, basically. So I've been playing steel for the good last 20, 25 years. I get a fair number of calls for steel guitar, of course. Everybody wants a steel guitar these days. Maybe they always have. And so steel, dobro, lap steel, pedal steel, sometimes guitar, or banjo, ukulele, things like that, that I can stumble around on. And I play trumpet too. I've played trumpet since I was a kid, and so I've gotten into arranging for horn section or strings also, and woodwind. I mean, any ensemble really. But what you get called for is either a horn section or maybe a string section, which you can layer up 2 or 3 players and do a few passes. And once in a while I have the opportunity to do arranging for a combination of the two, something that is gonna lean a little orchestral in nature. First of all, good material and good people to be working with, and it's always nice when you mesh well with the people you're working with, especially the engineer or the producer, as far as the flow of getting in the groove with the song and learning it and the twists and turns and I imagine every session player and every engineer or producer are a little different in how they want to steer the ship, and what the player needs to get rolling and get comfortable, is different from one person to the next. So it's always great when you're just on the same page with the people you're working with, and they know how much pre-roll you need, or they know how many times you need to go through until you're ready to do a take, or they just know just to hit record right out of the gate, just in case the first magic take happens. And there's always at least some magic in the first attempt. Compared to a horn or a guitar or a more single note instrument, steel is somewhere between that. It is a guitar, and like a keyboard. It has the sustain, the chordal, long melismatic kind of aspect to it that a lot of other instruments don't have. So while you can certainly play single note melodic stuff, lead lines and that kind of thing, but you also do this chordal accompaniment, and it can be very textural and sustainy, put some delay or reverb, and you can make like really pretty sound texture out of it. So as far as writing music for it, sometimes you want to take advantage of that, or that's just what comes to mind. That's what bubbles up. So some of the songs I've written for steel may be almost just a chord progression, really, and it's just the voicing that you use that kind of is the melody in itself. It's not so much like there's words and a melody. It's more like this chord motion, this progression, and how I voice it will sort of become the focus of the song itself. First of all, I already get to work with a bunch of dream artists here in Portland. Many of my good friends and colleagues are tremendous singer-songwriters, and steel just fits right in. I mean, the Willie from Richmond Fontaine, Fernando, Lil Sue, James Lowe, Freddie Trujillo. I mean, long list of really talented and great singer-songwriters in town. To widen my horizons a little bit, I always thought it would be fun to tour with someone like Beck or Nick Lowe, or I don't know, somebody like that, like cool singer-songwriters, not necessarily like glitzy pop, but that have some rootsy aspects to them, you know.